but we are. Good morning and welcome to Friday. It is Good Friday because every Friday that you're watching and you're here, it's Good Friday. My name is Rich Wallace and you are welcoming to a Friday episode of Strictly Business on edgetv.net. Welcome. We've got a great show for you today. We've got some crypto stuff coming up today, so it's going to be a big surprise. So buckle in, get your seat ready as we get ready to take off on this Friday morning. All righty. I'm going to take a quick short break and we will be right back. Welcome back, and let's get started here this morning as we take off an episode of Strictly Business as we get ready to move forward. I got a delivery showing up at this time. Who delivers at 7 in the morning? But everything is always happening when it shouldn't be happening, but we won't let that stop us and keep us moving. So as we move forward here, I am going to bring on our guests right away so we can get started on Strictly Business. A lot of people are asking us, how do I get on your show? The way you get on the show is you go to our website, which is edgetvnetwork.net, edgetvnetwork.net. You scroll down to Strictly Business, up or down, depending on whether you're right-handed or left-handed, and you click on the Strictly Business. A schedule will pop up, and you can schedule yourself for the show, and then we will get back to you, and we will line up things so that you know what we're doing on the Strictly Business Talk Show. So I am Rich Wallace. This is Strictly Business. We get started at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday mornings. And we have a guest for you today to show you how to make money, to show you what to do, how to go in. And I want you to listen to her carefully because it's very necessary that you know how it works. So I am going to bring on our guest, and this is Miss Sandra Williams. Hello, Sandra. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, and Sandra is going to talk, and we didn't get you ready for it, but you know that it's strictly business. So Miss Williams is going to talk to you about cryptocurrency this morning. And I want to ask her first, before she gets into it, to give us a little bit of her background. And she is also a member, and you guys know, she is a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce from the desert to the sea. So that's something you should take a look at and to be a part of. The website is blackchamberofcommerce.org. Miss Williams, let us know about yourself this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. As you know, my name is Sandra actually Colon Williams. And my background is I'm actually from the East Coast. I'm from New York. I've been in California over 40 years. I am a widow, a mother, and a grandmother. And in 2017, when my late husband passed away, it took both of our incomes to run our home. And we didn't know he was going to pass, right? So I had to start, I didn't actually start looking outside the box, but the box came to me. I was exposed to cryptocurrency, actually about Bitcoin, think about 2009. And at that time, it was around $400. And I was like, gosh, $400, that's a lot. Think that's a lot. And then when Bitcoin went up to close to 70 grand, you realize that wasn't a lot. It was an opportunity that was missed at that time, but not right now, right? Because cryptocurrency is in a bear market, and in a bear market is the time to dive, and it's dollar cost averaging, which is exciting. And what that means is People always think they have to come in with the amount the actual coin is worth. For example, Bitcoin today is worth 22,000 per coin. So you don't have to come in with 22,000. You can fraction it. You can buy $5 worth. You can buy $8 worth, $10 worth. You can do that weekly, and your dollar cost averaging. So when crypto goes up, you're making a profit. If it goes down, the price between the two, dollar cost averaging, which means you'll be okay at the end. It's exciting to be in this space. I was reintroduced to the space several years ago, and just on one coin, I was talking to my chiropractor, and he was, every time I got there, he would get done with me. And if he was done with clients, he was sharing information with me about cryptocurrency. And I decided to, well, actually just one coin. Let me say this very clearly, one coin. He didn't promote all of cryptocurrency. He promoted one coin. And I went home and did my research back the next day. And I said, Doc, how do I get started? And at that point, I had to schedule time with him. And I had to took him to dinner once. I took him out to coffee, sat in his car for 30, 40 minutes as he was helping me. So we had probably about 3 encounters. And I would each day have my little book, and I was taking notes, and I went home and I'm looking up stuff, and I did my wallet. I said, what wallet do I do? And he was familiar with Coinbase. So I went in, I did my Coinbase wallet, came back, and I said, okay, Doc, what's the next step? He goes, wow, you already done that? Yeah. What's the next step? So we made an appointment for the next step, took him out to coffee, and I did the next step. So now I'm learning how to purchase crypto. Then I did that step. Okay, Doc, what's the next step? So then we had to fund my account. I had to add money to the account so I could buy my first. And at that time, it was Litecoin. I had a goal to have over 200 of them by the end of the year. And that paid off to be an awesome advice, and it changed my life because it was the beginning. It was the beginning, right?
Okay.
And this, yeah.
I want to cut you off, and
Please.
I want to go back to the beginning, because for a lot of people, this is 101. And when I first heard the word crypto, I thought, okay, it's a new dance.
Right.
It didn't click for me because, for lack of whatever reason, us as a people, we're always behind the 8 ball. We're always seeing things after people have made billions of dollars on it. And, oh, I think I want to have a website. Well, now there's 100 billion websites, and we're just now building our website. So one of the things that we try to do here on Strictly Business is keep it simple. And if we use the KISS syndrome from the old sales days, the old knock on the door, keeping it simple, because we can't assume that people already know. When you mention wallet, I look at the wallet I have in my back pocket, what's in my wallet. And you're saying that if I take money from my bank account, put it in the wallet somehow, is that on the crypto website, or is that where do I find the wallet at?
Okay, there's numerous wallets. So crypto exchanges, there's numerous exchanges. You have Coinbase, which a lot of people are familiar with. Coinbase, crypto.com. As you know, it's so big that in California, one of the largest stadiums is now called crypto.com.
Wow, isn't that something? I'm like, they just changed the name to crypto. Yeah.
That's huge. It's huge. It's huge. And Super Bowl, which was global, shown across the country, most of the commercials were on cryptocurrency, right? So it's in front of us. So a wallet is, in order to make a transaction, you have to take fiat, which is US dollars, and put it onto an exchange, convert it to the coin that you want to obtain, and then you have obtained that coin. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are familiar with Cash App, right? A lot of people have Cash App because they're sending money to their kids, to the mother, father, nieces, nephews. We're always sending money to someone, right? So in Cash App also you can purchase Bitcoin.
I've seen that at the bottom. Yeah. Click here to buy Bitcoin. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you do have to activate it. You do have to set it up. You have to KYC. What is KYC? Know your customer. And what that means is you'll have to upload your driver's license, because they don't know who you are. You could be anybody. You could be someone's trying to launder money, right? So it is being, could be trying to launder money. So you have to upload your driver's license, the front and the back. And a lot of times I've helped a lot of people with this, guys. One of the things you have to really make sure is when you're doing that, I always say, take the picture, take the front, take the back, and then look at it. Don't just upload it and assume it's good, right? You send it off and it's not good. And now your account is held up for the next couple of weeks and you was ready to make a transaction today or tomorrow, and it's not going to happen. So now you're trying to, because in most cases, they're not, the customer service is via email. It's via email, chat. So you're not able to talk to somebody. So now you're held up. So take your time. Make sure when you're KYCing your, whether it be your passport or your ID or your driver's license, that you're taking your time to take that photo and check that before you upload it on their system. That's KYC, know your customer.
Okay. All right. So now we know our customers. We've uploaded. We've got our wallet situation down, and we're ready to go. And I heard you say a little earlier that you can buy, or maybe it was on the other show we were on, you don't buy the whole coin. So a lot of times investment, stock investment, or any of these type of investments besides the simple 401k that we're used to at our job that they take a little bit of money out kind of thing, we don't really understand how that works, which is why we don't get into the stock exchange. We watch the news in the morning, we see that little line going across the bottom that says this and it says that, you know, and it's like, we don't really pay attention to that because the fear of putting $5,000 or $1,000 in that, and crypto is not like that. We could take $10 to get started, $20 to get started, put $20, $5. Okay, so I've got my 20 and my $5, and I'm ready to go. And one of the gentlemen that was on our show the other day, he says, "Okay, I got my money. I'm ready to go. What do I buy?" And that's the part you were talking about, research. So research is what?
Research is key, because the bottom line is it's still your risk that you're taking. In cryptocurrency, you don't invest more than you can afford to lose. It is a risk. It can change your life, and you can also lose your money. So it's not a place where you, let's say this, that you go to the bank, you put $100 in the bank. At the end of the year, you made $100.10. You put $100 in cryptocurrency, it could possibly change your life, or you could possibly lose it all because you're not watching it. So it's not a bank. You don't put money into cryptocurrency and walk away and come back a year or 2 years from now and wonder what happened. It's a live moving machine, right? It's a live moving machine. But you want to do your research. You want to decide. You're seeing it all the time. Google the ATMs near your home, right? Bitcoin ATMs near me. And now you'll see that it's much bigger than what you think. Some people may go for Bitcoin. Somebody may go for Ethereum, Cardano, XRP. There's so many different ones. Look it up. Take your time and start looking one up and say, you know, I kind of like this project. I like what they're doing. And I'm going to buy a fraction of it and see where that goes.
And I think what you were saying here is that you got to check it as many times as you check TikTok, as many times as you go to Facebook. So when you're online scrolling and watching those nice dancing videos on the TikTok and checking your Facebook page to see who's saying this and see who's saying that, you need to be checking Bitcoin. And one of the things that I noticed that you told us the other day is that take out your profit. It's kind of like when you're gambling in Vegas. Once you start playing with the house money, then you're a lot more comfortable.
Yes, you are.
Put $100 on red, you won $100. Now you're playing with their $100. You take that 100, you put it back in your wallet or your pocket, and you say, "Okay, I'm $100 ahead. So now I can start playing $20 a roll or whatever the case may be." So, right. And as you were saying earlier, don't bet or play or put in more than you can afford to lose. You can afford to. Is that a negative way of looking at that? I mean, you know, lose is such a negative word, you know.
But it's reality. And here's the thing, because people will point their finger back at you because you suggested them getting involved in something that could be life changing. But because most people don't, they're not actively engaged, they'll purchase something, they'll walk away. And next time they see you walking by, you know what? That Bitcoin, I lost my money. Okay, so did you look at it? Did you watch it? Because there was a gain at some point. Did you pull out some profit? Right? So the person can't point their finger at you when they're not educating themselves. They're not taking the time. And I wouldn't say you have to watch it as much as you would like a TikTok or your Facebook. Rich is a comedian, guys. I don't feel you have to watch it as much as that, but I do feel that you need to research, understand what you're in. I didn't realize, it was almost like the Lord removed a veil off me. I just get it. Right. And I live and breathe this thing. I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at it. Through the day, I'm looking at it, and the evenings, but I'm also helping people in different phases and platforms that I'm in. And I always tell them, first of all, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. We say that and it's out the way, right?
Yeah.
Say it and it's out the way. The other part is to organize yourself. So I make sure all of my people, I didn't bring my book in here, everyone has a book. Now, some people, and we do everything on Zoom. So I have them have a book. So when you're entering into a phase or a purchase of their crypto, you're putting today's date, you're putting the name of whether that exchange is or that phase is, right? Then you're putting your username, your password, you're putting your PIN number, you're writing down the information. So the next time, because you're going to forget, all you're thinking about, let me get into this phase. And now we come back together because we do another Zoom, and I'm like, okay, so already be logged in. Let's be ready to go.
I hope everybody can hear her. I'm going to beat up on Spectrum because that's my internet provider.
Okay.
And as the commercial goes, she has frozen to me, and hopefully she's speaking to you.
Okay, because on my side, I didn't freeze.
Okay. All right.
I didn't freeze. So I have. They're using the book, so it makes it easy. And so I have some characters when I first started helping people would be like, no, I use this all the time. I'll remember. And now when we get back together 30 days from now, they're stumbling, trying to figure out what their user and password is. So it keeps you organized. And even bigger than that, we never know what tomorrow is going to hold. So your loved one, whoever that person is, can take that book, they can log into that account, and they can maneuver the funds.
Now, I like the book idea, and I think this is the first time I heard that part, that the tracking of it, because yes, I always go online. I can remember my email password because I'm in there on a consistent basis. But when I have to put the password in to get my DirecTV or my internet to come back on, I'm like, okay, what is the password? Where is it at? So I like that tracking information. So I say to everyone online here now is that, yes, you need that book just to keep up with your basic password. Because there's a password for so many different things. I've logged into certain things or a certain bank account saying I can't use the last password that I forgot. So
the book is huge, and it saved so many members. And I told them, I said, you don't see the value now. You think I'm being picky, but then later on, they're like, I said, where's your book? Oh, it's right here. They're able to plug in, right? They're able to plug in and get involved very quickly, and we're able to move on to the next step. So it's life-changing. It makes a big difference.
Now, you mentioned life-changing a bunch of times. It's kind of like part of your spiel. And life-changing means now, and I'm gonna ask you, because we've known each other dang near 20 years, and I've always known you to have a job.
Yes.
Sandra, Miss Williams is a technology person. I want to say technology genius, but a tech person that understands technology, big screens, all of the stuff that you get into your house when you say, oh, you should be using this kind of technology. She's done that for one company, another company, and for herself. But she was online the other day, and she says, when I used to go to work, so now, if you're doing technology, it's at your own free will because you're doing this full time. Is that right?
I am doing this full time. I am. So, and that puts a different pep in my step. It puts a different grind in my game. My level of intensity is more. Um, One of my mentor, he says, know your number, right? And my job will never, any job that I work will never give me my number, never. And as time is going on, we get older and older, and I won't reach my number working for someone else. So moving forward, I believe in myself and trust my own intuition, and I'm giving me. I'm taking a chance on Sandra, not taking a chance on someone else.
And that's what Strictly Business is about. If you're going to work and work, because this is work, you know, what you're doing, it's fun, it's relaxing, because you're not driving 45 minutes in your car to go sit at somebody's desk and do these kinds of things. But at the same time, if you're going to work and you're going to invest, you invest in yourself, you work for yourself. And if you working for yourself, get up at 6, 7 and start to work, then you will be successful. And I tell people you'll be successful at selling Amway if you put the time in.
Right.
But you will be rich and successful. Money is not always a level of success.
Right.
Having a great family life, having the
life work balance. Life work balance is definitely the key. You froze, Rich. I'm not sure if you're froze to everyone else. I see the time is still moving, but you froze. You there? Hello. So life work balance is actually important in this. And it's allowing me, like, I'm sitting normally in the morning, I'm still sitting in my pajamas and taking care of things and researching and learning and doing. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. I wanted to cover over, as we know, there's numerous different coins to look at, just like in the stock market. And so in the stock market, there's a lot of different things to look at. And so if you're out someplace and you like a particular item, I'm looking around in my office looking at different items. If you like a particular item, you can look that item up and see where that belongs in terms of what it's related to. So I wanted to buy, I garden a lot. So I said, I'm going to buy something that has to do with me gardening. Well, so I started looking up soil, which is one of the leading soils. Okay. Then I went to the nursery, looked at their soils, wrote them down, then came back and looked those up. And then I went with one of them and I made money on it because I purchased something that I use. I'm glad you're back, Rich.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
This Williams is very good. I got a feedback now, but I use we have a TV show and we do a lot of filming, and and I can call her and say, hey, why don't you show up over here at this event and just kind of do this? And then when she gets there, I go, oh, here's a mic and here's a corner. I need you to be in front of the camera, and easily just picks it up and moves forward. So thank you for being the entrepreneur that you are.
Thank you.
And being an entrepreneur takes multitasking, and it takes the ability to be able to understand change and be ready for certain things. So if you're stuck on how to do it this way and make it to happen this way, you might want to go get that job. Because that's sharpening pencils. They pay you $50,000 a year to sharpen pencils. They're not going to give you an ink pen and tell you to sharpen it. So, but if they do give you an ink pen, you got to figure out, okay, how do I get this thing right? And that's an entrepreneur. Is that how do I make changes and make these things happen? So I want to stay on the Bitcoin. We've got a few questions in the chat, like where do I buy it? And what she's saying and what I'm hearing is that you got to do your research. You got to pull up Bitcoin online, and I think that we will probably give out her email, her chamber email, so that if you want to email her, that you will be able to reach and get in touch with. But understand that information and knowledge is fantastic, but engaging, going online, doing your research, finding out. And I always use the line, who's on first, who's on second, that will allow you to be able to take whatever you're trying to do to the next level. So we're pushing, we're asking, we're saying Bitcoin and these different types of things could change your life, but it's not going to change your life if you put $200 in there and go to Walmart and just spend another $400 on something that you really don't need, and then you come back in 45 days and that $100 or $200 is now $60. Then don't get mad at us.
Exactly. Exactly. But if your dollar cost averaging and every time you get a paycheck and you spend $10 or $8 every paycheck and you have Cash App and you've activated the Bitcoin side of it, and every week just buy $8 or $10 of it if you're getting paid weekly. And then at the end of the month, you got $40 in Bitcoin. Whether it goes up or down, your dollar cost averaging. So you'll win near the end.
Okay, I am back.
You'll win at the end.
I'm at my office where my internet is just plugged.
It's okay. We're gonna keep going anyway. The other thing that I wanted to touch on too is that it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So being, as Rich said, an entrepreneur, but even more so when you get into the crypto side of it, and because it is a mindset, it doesn't discriminate. I want everybody to hear this like so big. It does not discriminate. So it doesn't matter whether you're old, whether you're young, whether you're handicapped, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Asian, doesn't discriminate. Doesn't discriminate. A lot of companies, for people of myself, of my color, I've done okay, but I could have done a lot better if I was probably someone else, right? I've made six figures numerous times at different companies, but if I was someone else, I would have made even more. So cryptocurrency does not discriminate. It does not. You can decide what you want to be and what you want to make and what you want to learn.
Okay, if I'm an average guy here and I'm doing $1,200 a week on my average job, and I'm going to work, I'm paying my bills, I'm doing okay. I'm making $1,200 a week. I'm not living, the life, but I'm paying my rent. I got a decent car payment. What is a hard suggestion? Or let me do this another way. You mentioned what your number was.
Yes.
What is your number?
My number is 10 million.
So $10 million is what you want to be comfortable with. Wow.
It's what I'm going to make.
That's what you're going to make. So
yes.
From my $1,200 a week, how do I get, or what is the suggestion on getting started if my number is, because 10 million freaks people out, $10 million.
I know.
I've got 6 numbers. I'm going to go down here to the liquor store, and that's how I'm going to get to my $10 million is through these 6 numbers and spending $1. But at 7:45, I lost my dollar. I'm nowhere close to the 10 million, and I had no control over it. So how do I, and I keep asking the same question, how do I do this?
But Rich, they got to figure out what their number is. I mean, here's the thing: is everybody's is different, right? I would have never thought 10 million, and to some people, that's a low number. Like my mentors, theirs is 1 billion. So everybody, my 10 million looks like crumbs to theirs, right? But 10 million would be that's my perfect fit. And what I didn't realize was I had wrote myself a check, and because we don't use checks, right? That often, very seldom use it. But inside of one of my checkbooks, it has a $10 million check in it. I didn't realize that was already something that I had already put out there. And finally it caught up to my subconscious. My subconscious already knew. It finally caught up to my conscious. So now I'm grasping that number, and that's the number that I'm running with. So everybody's number is different. Somebody may want to make an extra $100 a month. $100 a month would be life changing, or $300 a month. I thought, wow, if I got involved in this one phase, and I said, man, if I could just make $300 a day is a dream. That's huge. I can't even imagine. That's huge, right? And then I reached that number, and then that number doubled. So I was like, this is life-changing. It was life-changing. It became life-changing. But also, those are different phases. So sometimes a phase may go away. So you also have to leverage other opportunities to make sure you can continue in that strive that you want. So someone that made an extra, say $700 a day, and that money went away like that, may not want to get up the next day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
May not want to get up because you're used to getting that coming in every single day. Well, I had to shake it off like a donkey in a hole. You
Mm.
know, the donkey in the hole, the farmer puts the donkey in the hole and he starts putting the dirt over the donkey. The donkey keeps shaking it off and stepping up. The farmer keeps putting dirt onto the donkey. The donkey keeps shaking it off and he keeps stepping up to finally the donkey walks out the hole. So that's me. I'm that donkey walking out the hole. You don't get caught up in what happened. You learn from that. And what would you do different next time? You leverage.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to make a suggestion because I talk to a lot
Please.
of people that go, "Well, so what do you do?" "Well, I'm an investor." Oh, what do you invest in? Well, I invest in real estate. I buy property and I rehab it and I sell it and I do this and I've done that. And I think we've both kind of done that a little bit in the real
Mhm.
estate game. Real estate is always a safe bet. Used to be. It's
Right.
always been where the foundation was. You can't lose money in real estate because if you buy it, you put some money in it, you sell it. I'm going to suggest that people start looking at how to do Bitcoin, how to be able to
Do
um,
cryptocurrency.
cryptocurrency, how to be able to, and I keep saying Bitcoin because as I'm talking to you in my address bar up at the top, uh, the internet is giving Bitcoin, click here for Bitcoin. And you know what I'm saying? So it's in front of you constantly, but you kind of bypass it because I'm on my way someplace else to work on my website or whatever. But it's
Right.
always, there's what do you call them, an icon or something there. And no matter where I click, it's something that will come up. And I'm like, okay. So I'm saying to our folks, take a look at it, take a serious look at it, and once again, don't put any more in it than you can afford to lose. And if you're putting $100 in and you're tracking it and you're seeing how these things are working for you, I'm suggesting that they do a little bit more research. Don't let this opportunity pass. And if they're changing the name of the major stadium in downtown Los Angeles, it's something that we might
Huge.
want to take a look at. That
It's
we
huge.
might want to, and I'm not saying quit your business. If you got a trucking company and you got this and you got whatever it is that's been your dream to make that company go and make it happen, this may be the finance that you're looking for because we're always looking for an investor. Oh, do you know how I can find an investor? Or do you know where I can get some people to put some money in? We don't know you. We don't know that your widget is going to work. But if you because that's what people have. They got a widget and they got a great idea. And if I could just get somebody to invest in it, it's $1 million. Well, invest in yourself. you know and this is what I'm saying. If you're looking for an investor and you're out there, if I could just get a grant to support my school and to support this and to take myself to the next level, and there's a lot of grants out there. I'm not pushing down grants. I'm thinking that you should be looking at grants, but we want to go back to the multitasking of the world that we live in today. So if you're not investing in yourself, and uh, uh, the old street rule was, what was it used to call it? I could flip this and make more money on it. I could take this mouse that I have and that I've invested in it, and I could flip it and double it. I could cut it up and make
Right.
it different things and make it happen. And since you don't have to buy the whole Bitcoin, I could buy portions of it, or the cryptocurrency, I could buy portions of it. So now, can you tell me, or do you know what the difference between the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency is? That's a little confusing to me. Is that the
Okay.
same?
It's the same. So Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, ADA. These are all cryptocurrencies. They're all cryptocurrencies.
So
Those are some of the top ones, but they're all cryptocurrencies. Now, the other part I wanted to because I don't want anyone to walk away thinking, well, gosh, this girl put money in cryptocurrency and she made da da da. Yes, I made money when it was a bullish market, and I pulled profit when it was a bullish market. When it started going down, I may have pulled out more because I saw it going down. So now we're at a bear market, so it's a purchasing time. Bitcoin went to $17,000. Right now, as of right now at this moment, it's 22,000. So those that purchased in between, did that dollar cost averaging, like I said, they made a profit, right? They made some money. Now, the majority of the funds that I've made in cryptocurrency has come from me leveraging them in platforms. So I want that also to be shared, because I've taken opportunities in different platforms. Did they all pay out? No, they didn't. But more than not, they did. So I want to share that because that's key.
Okay, so today cryptocurrency is down.
It's a bear market. But today, Bitcoin, it's up. It's up today. It's up. When you're talking a few weeks ago, it was 17, Bitcoin was 17,000. I'm just talking one coin. It was 17,000, right? Today it's 22,000. That's a difference.
So if I have not invested and I go to my Cash App today, instead of sending my son $200, and I look at my Cash App, well, let me ask, easy is Cash App because at the bottom I could just click. Is there other platforms besides Cash App that people look at that pay different, or are they all the same?
They're not all the same. It's just that I have several different wallets, which means I work on several different exchanges, because it all depends on what coin I'm purchasing and what I'm using it for. So that's the key also. For someone that's never done anything, they may want to start with Bitcoin. They may want to start with an ADA. ADA is down. ADA it's in a bear market, but eventually it'll go up. But you got to know whether or not that's the right coin for you, right? The gentleman that introduced crypto to me after me finding out about Bitcoin going from 400 to, you know what I mean, was Litecoin. So Litecoin was that coin that I had purchased during that time. Litecoin went up really high. I think I showed you one time my wallet on Litecoin, and it was over 40 something thousand just for one coin. Just for one coin. And so I dollar cost average. I also pulled profits and I leveraged it and used it in other platforms. So I'm continuously making money.
So, and one of the main key is pulling profit.
Yes.
Pulling profit. I hear you keep saying that, pulling profit.
Well, because you want to be in the black. You want to be in the black, right? You always want to be in the black. And a lot of times we get greedy. So we get into a platform and the money's going to be XYZ over a long haul. And I'm saying, get your profits. Have you done any withdrawals yet? Pull some money out. Person doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm not going to be on you. I'm not going to ride you, because you got to want your money to work for you more than I want it to work for you, right? So over here, I'm doing withdrawals and pulling profit. You're not. Now, later on, something happens with that platform. Now you can't get your money. Because you're sitting in there looking at it like it's a bank. It's not a bank.
It's not a bank. It's not a stock.
Well, think about it. Stocks move up and down too, right?
Exactly.
So cryptocurrency is in a market just like stocks are. They go up and down. They go up and down, right? So when we purchase stocks, we do the same thing. I purchase. When I saw it go up, I pulled some profits. Then I brought something else.
Okay.
Right? I didn't just let it sit there. Some people do.
Yeah.
I like to watch it. I look at it. Right. But then when it goes down, you're like in the same boat and you didn't pull any profits. It didn't change anything.
Now, and when it goes down, when is the perfect time to buy? When it's down or when it's rising and everybody's talking about it? Right now you say you use the term bear market. I'm assuming that's down.
Yeah, this is a good time to purchase.
This is the time to purchase because it is down.
Yes, compared to where it was, Bitcoin was up as high as 70,000, and today is 22,000. So that's a big difference.
That's a big difference,
right? And people believe it's going to be way over that amount. I won't even say the amount that they're assuming that it will go to. But no one knows. No one has a crystal ball, right? So that's why you dollar cost average, and you look at more than just one thing. You don't just look at one thing and walk away from it and say, "Hey, I'm in that one." Buy one, and then you hear something like you said. You're sitting there, and Bitcoin is running across the screen. Maybe ADA would be on the screen, because once you start doing a little research, you'll start having other ones start popping up. And guys, here's something great that you can do. Everybody has a Gmail. And if you don't, you can get one. But you can do Google alerts. And if you don't know what that means, you can Google it. Google is your university. Google alerts. So if there's certain topics or certain coins you want to know what's going on with it, you set up a Google alert and it will pop up inside of your email.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if I got the Google alert, I wanted to talk to you about pulling profits. Let's say it's going up, and I see that, I put $100 in, I got $200 in profit. I take that $200 out. Now it's continuing to go up. So now, is it going up on the $300 that and I guess the question is, if I've got $300, $200 in profit, I'm confusing myself. But if I've got $300 and $200 at profit, I take that $200 out. Now, is that Bitcoin going up on the $100 that I left, or do I get credit for the money that I already pulled out? How does that?
Yeah, you definitely don't get credit for the money you pulled out like a bank. If I put in $10 and pull out $5, all I got is $5. All you got is $5. But you pulled out some of that gain, right? And you let the other $100 keep rising.
Okay, and it just keeps rising. So it's like the crap table. When you let it ride, you let it ride.
If it's going up, right? So that $100, that's going up in a bullish market. But if it's a bear market, it can go down. It can go down to 8 cents.
Yeah.
Who knows what number it could be?
So, and I guess to use the term greedy a little while ago, the fear of not being able to profit on the profit because I took it. You can't have that fear. You got to be comfortable with what you take out. You got to be comfortable with how you're doing it. And if it's going up and it just continues to rise, and oh man, I should have waited till tomorrow to take my money, but it could have just went the other way.
Right. So, you have to have an exit strategy. So a lot of times we just do things willy-nilly, right? We just let me go do it, right? There's no exit strategy. So what happens now? So here's a perfect example. I have several exchanges. I have one exchange that I have in there. I have a few different coins. Right now, that over there is valued at over $8,000. That exchange, because of the bear market, is not allowing us to withdraw our funds. So my exit strategy, I had an exit strategy, but I didn't implement it on that exchange. I should have taken my coins off and put it onto a cold wallet. A cold wallet means it's not on the exchange. I just have a thumb drive. A cold wallet is like having a thumb drive, right? So that means my money wouldn't have been on the market. It would still ride. It would still go up and down, but it would have been on here. I would have had control here. So that exchange would not have had my money. I would have had it.
Okay.
So I learned an expensive lesson, right? Because I did not go through with my exit strategy.
Wow.
So you have to have an exit strategy.
So you need an entrance strategy. You need a strategy while you're in, and you must have an exit strategy to be able to grow your dollars.
Yeah, safely. Like I should have had my stuff on a cold wallet in that crypto, in that exchange. Okay. Right? Because it's a bear market. They're not releasing people's funds.
Okay. So in a bear market, you can't get your money out. Is that what you're saying?
Every exchange is different.
Oh, okay.
So if you're counting on one place and that one place goes down, Celeste, what is it? Was an exchange that just went away, right? We've had coins that were really, really big that went away.
When you say went away, they're no longer there.
Right. Oh. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen. So that's what I'm saying. Once again, it's not a bank.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a bank. Guys, don't treat cryptocurrency like it's a bank. That's all. Yeah. Don't get it. It's an exciting place to be. And if you're not able to give it much time, just do a little bit of something, right? But look at it. Look at it, right? Look at it. Don't just walk away and come back like you do your bank account and you're expecting that $10,000 still to be there. A year from now, that 10,000 turns into 10,100. Yeah. Maybe, right? Now I'm going to take 10,000 and make a lot more.
Okay. So when do I leave my day job? When do I leave my day job? When I reach my number and when I'm comfortable with what I'm doing and I have funds when or
You can
or
never tell somebody else when to leave their day
when to
job.
leave their day job.
Everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's
Everybody's
got their
got their
own
own number.
timing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, first just get started,
Yeah,
right? Just get started.
yeah,
Get in
yeah.
the game. And if
Get
you
it.
don't believe me, Google it. If you don't believe me, Google Bitcoin ATMs near me. So now you see these ATMs all around your house that you didn't even know existed,
Mhm.
that you can actually go and buy Bitcoin.
The key is get in the game, guys. Get in the game.
Yeah.
Understand the game that you're in.
Hmm.
For my football fans that can't wait till the end of August for the games to start, get in the
Yes.
game. Get in
Yes.
the game. I say
Yes.
all the time, I am an avid Dallas Cowboy fan, and I tell them every Sunday what to do, but they don't listen to me because I'm not in the game. I'm sitting
Right.
on the sideline watching the big screen, and making decisions on what someone else should be doing, and I should be in the game. So now
Yes.
I want to get in the game. You've excited us. I've got some questions. People are saying, how do I get in the game? And we say simple. Google it. You can Google it on your phone. You can Google it on all of the different platforms.
Well,
And
no, let's go back to that, right?
okay,
We said Cash App. So something as simple as purchasing some Bitcoin. So Cash App, everybody has Cash App.
hmm
Everybody has Cash App. So you want to make sure you link a credit card, your
hmm
debit card or credit card to your Cash App. Otherwise, you cannot buy cryptocurrency. Right. So
okay,
let's start there first. You have
okay,
to establish and set up your account properly. Don't know how to do it? Google, how do I set up my Cash App account? Now you need to set up your Bitcoin side of Cash App. And that's on the very bottom to the far right. You click on Bitcoin
hmm
and then you look up and you scroll down and there's like a get started. It may have a different terminology. You click on that and it's going to tell you everything that is required of you. That's where the KYC begins. That's getting started. That's just getting started buying a little Bitcoin. Because
okay,
on Cash App, you can only buy Bitcoin.
okay. Now, fear of, oh, I can't put my credit card, I can't put my debit card on it because the fraud that goes on the internet. People I get so many emails, and I was talking to a young lady the other day, and you get these emails to say, oh, we can fix your credit for $1,500, and all of these different fraud attacks that go online, putting your credit card online. Do you have a separate debit or credit card that you just use for that, uh, in case someone grabs a number and goes to Walmart? Or have you run across any scams in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as you've been out there? Have you noticed, or what should we be looking out for that we should not be doing with our credit card online?
Well, I haven't, but of course, someone could. The bigger things that can happen in that will be wallet taking your address, but that's going way too far. They won't
Okay,
even understand what I'm talking about. So that,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
it's that's in the process of what you're doing. The first thing is just to get started, and
So
they're already, and if they have a Cash App,
they've
it's
already,
linked to a credit card.
yes, it is. Okay,
Yep. Bottom line, it's linked to a credit card. Here's the other thing: when you're buying cryptocurrency or selling cryptocurrency, I want to let you know, because people that I help, they didn't know this at first, but now everybody knows. There's fees. There's fees when you're buying cryptocurrency, and there's fees when you're selling.
okay,
Okay, so that's good to know. There's fees when you're buying,
yeah,
and there's fees when you're selling. Because the exchange, there's the people, and it's not so much the exchange making the money, it's the people behind the scene, the blockchain, because that transaction goes onto the blockchain and makes a transaction, and then it comes back, and then the funds are there.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so I just want you guys get over that part.
Yeah.
Their fees. Their
There,
fees when
there's
you
fees.
buy.
There's fees
There's,
when you move to PayPal. When you get money, when you put money in PayPal, you take money out. There's fees. There's fees
there's
for.
fees.
There's fees. I mean,
There's fees.
if you
And
don't
depending on, right,
any transaction that's done online, usually there's some kind of fee coming in, going out, and that kind of thing. So
right,
don't
but
worry about the small change. Get started,
right.
and to get started, you can. The simple way to get started is through Cash App. because everybody has a cash app. Even the kids have cash apps.
Yes, they do.
So to get started, once you get started in the cryptocurrency, is to keep up with it, do a little research, follow it, and if and create a number for yourself. Miss Williams says has a $10 million number. Don't let that freak you out. Grab your own number. What is going to make you happy? What is going to be your goal? And everyone has to have a goal. And even in the retail or whatever side business you have a goal at your job to get a raise, or to I'm going to stay here until my 401k 10k gets to be whatever number it is. So if you are not setting goals for yourself in your personal life, whether you get into crypto or not, you must have a goal.
Right.
You must have a goal to where you're going. Don't, as she using the term, willy-nilly live your life just willy-nilly. Set some goals, set some boundaries, in your spiritual life and your personal life and all of the things that you have. You must have an interest goal. How do I get in this? What do I do when I get in? And just in case, even when I reach my $10 million goal, how do I get out? I owned restaurants for a lot of years and other businesses, and I had an interest goal. But when I got ready to exit, I didn't have an exit strategy. And I found out it was just as hard to get out as it was to get in. Money brings situation. Finances bring growing money brings situation. They used to have a comedian that say, I didn't need all of these people working for me until I got all of this money. So I didn't need this lawyer and this bookkeeper and this and all of that till I got to a certain dollar amount that I could no longer manage myself. So have a plan to have a plan to have a plan. But then when you move your plan into actual activity, monitor it, know what you're doing, have a setup. And Miss Williams is telling us right now. So I'm going to check back with you guys in a few weeks. I'm going to have her back, and I want to have, okay, I did get in. I did move up. I put $50 in, and it got to $52, and I took my $2 out. Okay, but your 50 is still there. Monitor that. Watch it when it goes up. Watch it if it goes down. If it's starting to go down, Ms. Williams, do we take our money out then if it's dropping? Or
I personally, it all depends. Everybody, remember, everyone has their own exit strategy. To someone else, that may be like, whoa, but first of all, don't invest something you can't afford to lose, right?
Keywords, yes.
So if you put $50 in there and it goes to 30, and now you're dying because you lost $20, you shouldn't have put $50 in there, because you was looking for that to double to 100, so you could pull out 100 to take your family to the movies. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, right? But like as you said, if it went up some, maybe capture some of that, or let it ride, because we are in a bear market. It's going to go up, guys. It's going to up. Mark that word. It will go up, right? Right now we're in a bear market, so it will go up.
So if right now we're in a bear market, we've got the people that believe they're running America deciding on whether we're in a recession or not. They don't know what they're calling it. The food cost is going up. The gas cost is going up. I was reading this morning that Shell and some of the other major oil companies showed a $2.5 billion profit in the last quarter. But we're blaming the gas prices on Ukraine and other people. But the oil companies are making $2 billion or more in profit that they're showing in the Wall Street Journal. I was going through that this morning, and they were showing all of the big profits that they're making. And we just raised the interest rates. So if you're buying a house or a car, you're going to pay a little bit more for it if you finance it. But if you jump into this cryptocurrency and you watch it and you balance it, because we're all trying to figure out how to navigate in this new environment that we're in. And we're saying, try a little something different. Don't always eat apple pie. Get you a peach cobbler and some other things so that you can be able to diversify and move your money around. Because if you're on the 9 to 5, it's not going to give you an increase. We already know that. They raised the minimum wage, but if they raise the minimum wage, it's a minimum wage. Remember the terminology, it's minimum. So, but if you're looking to take that minimum and increase it, take a look at cryptocurrency and know your numbers and be prepared for your numbers. We're getting ready. I thank you so much for being a part of Strictly Business. Thank you for coming to EdgeTV.network. So if you're looking to be a guest on Edge TV Network, go to edgetvnetwork.net, scroll down to Strictly Business. There's a calendar there. You can schedule yourself. It's going to ask you a few questions, and you can come on Strictly Business and talk about your business. This is Rich Wallace, and I have Miss Sandra Williams. Miss Williams, would you like to leave us with a solid something that we could take to the next level? It's Friday, and can you buy it over the weekend? Is the stock closed or?
Well, we know stock market does, but the cryptocurrency is 24/7.
24/7, 7 days a week. So you can buy it on Sunday afternoon when you come home after church, and you can sit there and talk about it. Say, you know what? We just paid our tithes. We just paid our offering. Let's take another 10% and dump it over here. Use the word dump. Put it over here and watch it go and see how we can make it work. What are our final words as we get ready to exit our exit strategy here?
Would be to educate yourself. So if you're driving in your car to work and you got a 30-minute ride, you can Google, you can YouTube, anything that you want to learn about. And as you're driving, you're learning. You're learning. That's what I do. When I'm driving,
these results on search.
Hey, Google, stop. See, I use my technology.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can
She's
Google.
listening. She's
I use
listening.
it a lot.
She's definitely listening. So that's a good key, is when you're driving, we spend a lot of time in our cars. We normally have a disc or Pandora or something that we're listening to music-wise. So we're suggesting, since you're on the freeway 45 minutes, an hour to get from wherever you are to wherever you're going, educate yourself while you're doing it. And I know a lot of people listening to great motivational tapes to inspire them up. And I'm saying switch them out, be motivated, but engage yourself so that your finances and your lifestyle can make some changes in it. So yes, Ms. Williams, we thank you so much for being a part of Strictly Business. We thank you for coming out today. This is edgetvnetwork.net. You can go to our website at edgetv.net, and you can schedule yourself to be a guest on Strictly Business. Someone will get back to you. We're on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. We are also with the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, which is opening up our new office in Beverly Hills that will be opening up in October. We have offices scattered from the desert to the sea. So be a part of this great thing that's coming up. This is Strictly Business, and I thank you so much. I will be right back. Miss Williams is going to take off because as someone else is getting ready to go, she has to go and check her crypto. So
Have an appointment. I'm always on the Zooms helping. So
all right. Thank you so much for doing what we're doing here. Let me
bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Wow. What an opportunity here. You've just been given something. It's Friday morning. I want you to go to crypto, get your Google going and figure this thing out. When we talk next week, we want to see some increases. We're looking at trying to grow the business that you're in. And if you're looking for finances and you're looking for an investor, you be the investor. You can invest in yourself. As Miss Williams just told you, as her number is rising, she has left the 9 to 5 to increase what she's doing and to use her number. I say, get your number, get it moving, not wait, engage. Knowledge is power, but it's powerless if you don't engage. If you don't step forward to make it happen, it's not gonna happen. So I say, stop looking for that one person to invest in your business. You be that person. It's your business. Engage, make things happen. This has been Strictly Business, and this was business this morning. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to have Ms. Williams back to give us a little bit more detail, and I'm going to have a report on how my crypto increased because I'm jumping in as well. This has been Strictly Business. I'm Rich Wallace. Thank you for being a part of our show, and we'll see you next Wednesday on Strictly Business. And go to edgetvnetwork.net and let's build.